The "is it morning yet?" deal. How about now? Or now? Because morning time is McDonald's breakfast time. And that's the best time of all the times.
Get any sized iced coffee for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. And sweeten the deal when you pair it with a baked apple or pumpkin and creme pie. After all, why wait to treat yourself? Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Disorder in the Court. I'm Rebecca Lieb.
I'm Jason Horton.
And this is Ghost Town.
In the heart of San Diego's historic Old Town, the Whaley House stands as a living testament to the city's rich past. However, beyond its charming facade lies a chilling secret, tales of spirits, apparitions, and unexplained phenomenon that have left visitors in awe and trepidation. Built in 1857 by Thomas Whaley, the Whaley House is not only an architectural marvel, but also a witness to a myriad of historical events. From serving as the Whaley family's residence to functioning as San Diego's first commercial theater, and even a courthouse, this house has seen it all. The Whaley House holds immense historical significance as one of the oldest brick structures in Southern California. My interest is, of course, always the history. Historic Old Town is one of the oldest areas in California.
Yeah, absolutely. Architecturally really interesting too, just proximity to Mexico and how California developed. I think it's a really interesting part of California history. And I think a lot of people don't think about San Diego as being historic, much like a lot of the West Coast, but it really is, with the missions running down the edge of the ocean and different people coming through to get to and from Mexico.
Also, when I moved from New York, the first place I ever went to in California is when I moved to San Diego. I've had a history with it, a really good history, but also towards the end, a bit of a tumultuous history. So I had my own ghosts.
Oh, personal ghost as you were rolling through.
Absolutely. So that kind of weighed heavy on me for a little bit. I was there to do some stand-up comedy over the weekend.
Even though you're saying it's kind of bittersweet, I am a little bit jealous because I do remember when you said you went to the Whaley House. So when we make these episodes, we do so many of them, they kind of, I'm like a goldfish and we kind of forget after a while. But this one I remembered because it was so haunted and so charged and had so much history that I was, again, very jealous that you were there, even though it was not all laughs for you.
However, the echoes of its past residents seem to linger, making it one of the most haunted places in America. I feel like they say that a lot about a lot of places.
They do. They really overuse that term.
I mean, the Whaley House is featured on Ghost Adventures and various other haunts. And it is one of the oldest and most haunted, for sure. I don't know what the litmus test is.
What's the metric?
What's the metric?
Yeah.
The history is there. And its proximity to a very famous, very haunted cemetery only adds to that.
I remember when I was doing some scouting for a show I worked on called 28 Days Haunted, I really pushed the Whaley House because it was, again, very haunted. But they had said to me, the network was like, there are too many shows based on this. And it's true. The intrigue around this place is so prominent, but it is worth it. Every bit of it makes sense because it is. It's so strange and it's been through so much. And there is so many different encounters, ghostly encounters. You could read hundreds of them. You could read hundreds of them online. It's really incredible.
And different people bringing different energies on different days or nights that you're there can make a whole different experience.
Absolutely.
Numerous visitors and staff members have reported paranormal experiences within its walls. One of the most famous ghosts, believed to haunt the house, is that of Yankee Jim Robinson, a thief who was hanged on the property before the house was built. Visitors have reported seeing apparitions, hearing footsteps, even smelling cigar smoke, believed to be associated with Thomas Whaley. Now, this is key for me, and it's interesting historically, and it's the only place that I had an experience when I was there, was in the courthouse.
Wow.
The Whaley House served as San Diego's one and only courthouse from 1868 to 1871. It was the city's second courthouse, The first one was just a couple blocks away, but then the one in the Whaley House became the courthouse in San Diego.
That was it.
And you have to imagine within the confines of a courthouse, criminals, innocent that are told they're guilty, the guilty that are told that are innocent, the people that have been left in that wake. So it makes sense that within the confines of that, there would be some unsettling.
Absolutely. Well, I think I remember hearing on one of the many ghost tours that I've done that places where a lot has happened, where people's lives were changed, where there was a lot of like concentrated emotion and energy and judgment are really places of high hauntings, in intensity, energetic. I don't even know how they would describe it, but it's a place where there's a lot of hauntings because a lot went down there, and not necessarily people died there, although in this case that's true too. But I think then there's a lot of really charged energy, and when there's a lot going on in a place that changes people's lives, kind of gives them a new trajectory, that can be a place that has a high proclivity for hauntings.
So pretty much as soon as I got there, you walk in through the entrance, and the entrance I walked in, which I believe is like the main entrance, is the courtroom. And that is where I had a experience.
Oh boy. I'm so you never go looking for experiences. You are like an in and out type of a person. I think about when we did the Janis Joplin show where you were so weirded out. I am jealous. I am a ghost cooler. No ghost wants to encounter me ever. Story of my life. But here we are. You waltz into a courtroom and all of a sudden something happens.
I'm on trial after this break.
Angie is your home for everything home, and they've made it easier than ever to connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. If you own a home, you know how much work it can take, whether it's everyday maintenance and repairs or making dream projects a reality. It can be hard just to know where to start. But now, all you need to do is Angie that and find a skilled local pro who will deliver the quality and expertise that you need. Angie has over 20 years of home service experience, and they've combined it with new tools to simplify the whole process. Bring them your project online or with the Angie app, answer a few questions, and Angie can handle the rest from start to finish, or help you compare quotes from multiple pros and connect instantly. Which means you can take care of just about any home project in just a few steps. Because when it comes to getting the most out of your own home, you can do this when you Angie that. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
This episode is brought to you by Pete's. Few things start your day better than a good coffee. That's why Pete's hand roast their coffee from a specific selection of high-quality beans. And they don't just put those beans into anyone's hands. Pete's trains their roasters for 10,000 hours so they can master the roast that gives you the most. Pete's Coffee. Coffee for coffee people. Find Pete's online or at your local retailer.
Hi, hello, how are you doing?
Hello.
What's going on?
How's it going? How's October treating you?
Is it spooktacular?
Are you having lots of pumpkin spice lattes and candy corn yet?
Or maybe you want to drink a nice pumpkin spice glass of water.
I don't want that.
No?
No.
Oh.
A nice lukewarm tap water with pumpkin and spice?
Well, no, the water is just the cup of water, but the pumpkin spice is just kind of inferred.
Oh, okay. I got it. It's a state of mind?
Yes.
All right. Well,
yes.
that just sounds hydrating. Thanks.
We want to say hello to anyone who's listening, supporting us, spreading the good word of Ghost Town.
Thank you.
In this most haunted of months. Mm-hmm. But every month is pretty haunted
for us.
Ghost Town.
Yeah. I mean, but this is unequivocally haunted.
This is it.
This is the big time. This is the Super Bowl for us.
Yeah.
What team will win?
I want all the teams to win.
Yeah, that's true. You're very positive like that. Everybody wins here in Ghost Town.
We know who really wins every single time is our government.
That's right.
Wow. Ooh. Order. We love it. Organization, structure, hierarchy. We're into it.
Absolutely. We thrive in it, I might say.
Our government, the mayors, handing out a nice apple, no razors.
No razors?
No razors.
You sure about that?
Positive. I'll tell you something. Kelly Meehan doesn't put no razors in no apples.
Thanks for the fiber, Kelly.
And with a nice little baggie of, don't say it, it's not what you think, pennies.
Oh, yes.
Thought it was an 8-ball.
Cocaine. My Halloween is made.
Just a nice tight roll of 10 pennies. There's an investment into the future.
Oh.
That would be Cat Joselle, of course.
Thanks, Cat Joselle.
And then rocking some licorice, black.
Oh, God.
Goth. Nobody like it. It's fitting.
Even goths don't like black licorice.
Some people do. Some people love it.
Dads do.
They love it.
Everyone over 70 does.
That'd be Casey Weber.
Hello.
And then just showing off with some candy corn.
I
love it.
All right.
I love candy corn. I love candy corn. I know it's
Finally,
probably...
I'm not going to slam the door in the face of whoever this person is.
That'd be Matthew Clemens LeRae.
Thank you, Matthew. I do love candy corn in all types, all forms.
And somebody's got to be a big shot. Somebody's got to be big time and everyone with some king size bars, Snickers, Twix, the full size.
Oh, a rich guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Richie or
fine.
Richie-o.
Damn,
Richie.
showing off.
Richie
Pissing
Rich.
contest.
That'd be Ashley Matson.
Hello. Thank you.
And probably the most rewarding treat when a trick-or-treater shows up is a warm smile. That's all they
Warm smile?
Because
I thought you were going to say
forgot.
cookie dough.
They forgot. They totally
Brownie.
forgot.
Oh.
So it's just an empty bowl, and then they pretend like they're going to give it to you.
Go to a
but then
CVS and grab whatever they got.
No. This person's
You're
like,
disgusting.
nah.
You're disgusting.
This person's too busy watching horror movies,
I am
kicking
appalled.
back. That'd be Emma Hopkins.
Hello.
And Halloween Town would not run at all without our governor.
That's true.
Sometimes handing out first class tickets to
Taylor Swift,
yeah.
Beyonce. Who do you want to see? She's got it.
Sometimes you might get an IOU where you owe her money. You don't know.
You don't know. No fees, whatever. Promotional tickets. Where do these come from? Where are you? How did you get these to me?
If you're going to get or you're going to have to give.
Dom Perignon, a vintage year. Okay.
Or a hot bottle of water from her car. You don't know what you're going to get. That's
a carcinogenic bottle of water?
That's...
What a ride.
Yes. So you don't know what you're going to get, but you're definitely going to get something from our governor, Avian Noble. If you want no ads, no chit chat, bonus episodes, just the good stuff, 7 days free. You can check in and check out, unlike a horror movie where you're just like, can't check out. No, this one you definitely
go.
Check out. We should have our Halloween bonus up soon. And there's like 70 something bonus episodes.
Yeah.
Check it out. You don't want ads. You don't want chit chat. You don't want none of this mess.
No.
Head on over to patreon.com/ghosttownpod.
Before we get back to it, I want to make a quick correction to the space crime episode a couple weeks ago. I want to correct some of my research. Anne McClain was on Space Expeditions 58 and 59, not 56. And Christina Koch was on 59, not 57. I was 2 expeditions behind, 2 expeditions difference. A lot of people coming and going from these specific crafts. So I apologize for that.
And on that, let's get back to the Whaley house.
Let's do it.
I'm heading into the Whaley house, into the courtroom. It's open. It's really cool, by the way. It's like a functional courthouse, which I believe even recently they used it as a functional courthouse, maybe in 2021 or 2022.
Wow.
For the first time in 150 years or whatever. So it was a pretty iconic thing. I don't know. I didn't look too much into it. It was a crypto scam.
Oh,
they really wanted to make sure it was held there.
That's good. That's important.
So I'm in there. It's open. It's the very first thing. You know me. I'm not looking for it. I'm not asking for it. It's during the day. It's 11:30 a.m. There's no one in there but me. There's some other people that are already further in the house where it's more narrow and it's more spooky. Of course, I'm reading all the history stuff, like going around, reading all the history stuff, reading another benign history thing about the Whaley house. There's a door that is opened. It's propped open and there's like a piece of rope and you can't go in and out of it. It's like it's kind of on the opposite side of the entrance that you can really only access by walking out that door or going outside and like walking in through, but it's roped off and the door is open and it's propped open. And I'm reading this history thing and that door creaked where every hair stood up on the back of my neck. And I looked over I've never done something so fast in my entire life. And it's just still. It's just still. So I'm like, I walk over to it and I'm seeing if anyone's playing, and it's just like,
you're checking.
are they doing are they goosing the thing where they're kind of, which is not really what they're doing. That's not their thing. They have tour people and they're just doing their job and just making sure everyone has a good time. I'm looking at the thing. I was like, is it no wind? It is like it's pretty still. The weather is a little overcast, but it's like pretty still. And I'm like, how this thing is propped. It is open, like where it's not swinging. Like I didn't want to start touching the door, but I was examining it because I don't want to, touch anything. But it was locked in there, and I was honestly like, just every hair was like sticking up in the back of my neck. Ooh. My Apple Watch, I'm always checking to see how many
steps,
but also the heart rate. Oh. My heart rate was where it actually said, hey, your heart rate is abnormally high for whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah. They're like, stop looking at ghosts.
And so that really had me like, so I'm walking through the rest of the house and the rest of it's very cool and it is like spooky and things are set up but it did not faze me because I already walked in there freaked out.
Yeah.
Even before it wasn't, I think I sent you a picture. It was like there's a scary doll and nothing. None of that had any effect on me. Narrow hallways, old pianos. This is where that happened. I was like, don't matter. I don't care what happened here. What happened in this bedroom, that bedroom. I was already like walking through there. Almost I paid to get in. Mm-hmm. I want to patronize the place. I just got there. But part of me was like, I just want to leave. Yeah. But it literally, I just did, what was I going to do? Walk out the courtroom? I was like, I'm good. It's like, you just walked into the courtroom.
In and out.
I'm a skeptic. Yeah. I'm a little bit of a cynic. I'm a lot of a skeptic. I'm looking to see if kids are playing, but you can't even really access it to move it in the time where I literally just walked in there and within 4 minutes of being in there. And I was like, imagine being scared of the courtroom, so you're gonna go see the scary dolls just to relieve yourself of whatever it was. So
you're like, I'm gonna take a break from this by going to see some wicked little dolls and other places where people have perished and lived their lives out. Yeah, that's you got the haunting right out of the way.
They got me. You got me right. I guess this is how they get you. They're like, you're not expecting this. This is the last place you're expecting.
This is the big public space. How about I freak the shit out of you right now?
It's usually like, you stole some feed. Now you're gonna get hanged. So so that was that experience. I took a bunch of video that maybe put up on Instagram, for our spooktacular month.
Yeah. Are you ready for some fun things this month?
We'll throw it up in the Patreon first so people can check it out.
You've kind of accrued a nice grouping of haunted experiences, I would say, over the years that we've been doing this podcast. And has it changed?
The one in my own bathroom that was the absolute most, the one that's still the hand. Yeah. That one really freaked. And the shirt, the one I tried to take off my shirt to go take a shower, take off a shirt. And I could not, like the shirt it was up over my head and I could not get the shirt off, like my head. Like it was really weird. That was separate than the hand.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a separate story. Yeah, it was that one really kind of still scares me.
Yeah. It's a lot in your own home and seeing something and feeling a little powerless around your body and clothing. That seems terrifying.
Well, I included one TripAdvisor's haunted review.
Yes,
just
please.
Throw it in there.
Please.
Yes, it's really haunted. The reviewer, Glutes Man.
Nice.
GLOTS man. Now, I don't know if it means glutes the butt. First I thought it said ghost man, and I'm like, oh, well, you are the ghost.
Yeah,
why are you leaving a review, ghost?
Yeah.
And this is from a while ago. I went for a tour last Halloween. You'll learn about the Whaley family and all the ghosts in the house. While I was there, I felt a very faint breeze and almost immediately felt sick to my stomach. Apparently a common occurrence when a ghost has brushed up against you. Now, what I wonder is, did you know that information going into it?
Yes, you were kind of primed to already feel
That's the thing. I don't want to
course.
know, so I'm not reading these things. I'm care more about the history. This is old building. I like old building.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's very interesting that you experience these things when you're not looking for them. Do you want to remain ignorant to these things and yet they still find you?
And that's always my question when people talk about being haunted or frequently haunted is like, are you somebody that's literally everywhere you go? And according to some people, they're touched in that way. They have that thing where they sense things.
Like you.
Yeah, but that's not frequently enough. It's not an everyday. It's a very sporadic thing.
Well, when everything's haunted, nothing is haunted.
Right.
You know, obviously, if you're feeling, it's like maybe you just have weird hormonal imbalances or had too much caffeine or had too little caffeine.
Or you're looking.
Yeah, you're like, you know, fucking goosing yourself up to like experience whatever you think you're going to experience here. Sure.
I will say that what's probably also charging up the Whaley house is the El Campo Santo Cemetery, which is right next to it, also known as the Holy Field. It's a historic cemetery located in Old Town San Diego, right next to the Whaley house. It's one of the city's oldest cemeteries, and it's notable for its historical significance as well as rumored paranormal activity. El Campo Santo was established in 1849, making it one of the oldest cemeteries in San Diego. It served as the final resting place for many early residents of San Diego.
Okay.
The cemetery reflects the city's multicultural heritage, with graves of people from various ethnic backgrounds and cultural traditions.
Well, I have a question for you. Was the door on the side of the cemetery?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd have to look and see that, because the original cemetery was paved over.
Of course.
Which...
They're like, what's the most degrading thing we can do to this cemetery?
And that's allegedly, supposedly why the spirits are restless, because for progress. Just 2 years after the last body was buried in the cemetery, a streetcar line was literally built through the graveyard.
Great.
In the later half of the 19th century.
Awesome.
And that's why some tombstones are removed on the ground. You can walk over them. There's markers of where the graves were. They're tales of American Indian uprisings and the brutal consequences, life stories of some of San Diego's earliest residents, and some tombstones as vague as, quote, little girl, R.I.P. So that's the story of the Whaley House, El Campo Santos.
I love it.
A little fun Halloween thing. And, you know, we'd love to always go to every single place we talk about in our perfect world. And it doesn't happen as often as we'd like. And frankly, there's not, as at least for me, or, you know, sometimes for us, there's not as many haunted tales out there that either haven't been told 1,000 times or have a unique perspective, or there's just not much to them. But if I get a chance, and if we get a chance to visit something, I mean, for your job, that you are visiting a lot of these places and working with people that are dealing with the paranormal.
Yeah. No, and I'm going to be doing some traveling probably end of this year too, early next, to some fairly haunted places. So we'll see. But I like the idea of us, you know, places that we haven't had an opportunity to go visit, and then revisiting them and doing like a kind of a 2-part episode where we hear experiences of, you know, people being there and us being there. I think that's kind of a fun little, double episode counterpoint type of a thing. And if you might like that, let us know.
And if you're in San Diego, I highly suggest going to Old Town in general. It's a really great old area. It's the oldest in San Diego. Checking out the Whaley House. And you might even sense the ghost of a younger Jason Horton.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details. With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details. With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.